Okay, just an update. We are stuck in Oklahoma.
That's the response from MoRyde.
We are Mark and Kimberly and have left our 9-to-5 jobs and are now small business owners. We own a crop dusting business and have served local farmers in the eastern Iowa area for the last 15 years. Our business has grown over those years and we have an amazing staff that helps us with our busy summer season. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Some of Our Adventures. If you've been following along with us, you know we are embarking on our winter trip to Arizona. This winter, we decided to take the rig before the snow and cold hit the Midwest. You also know that we lost 2 of our shocks on our way to Arizona.
So I don't think our shock's supposed to be laying there like that. I gotta get that out of there.
Okay, just an update. We are stuck in Oklahoma. The wind is blowing like crazy and we're just not going to be foolish and take off with high winds.
Yeah.
We're just staying put right now.
It's very windy, so it was gusting over 40 miles an hour. So we decided to not go. Our original plan was, once we found the shock that was dangling, we found an O'Reilly's near I-35 in Edmond, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And they ordered it for us. The part's going to be there in about an hour and 15 minutes. So we're going to run down and pick it up, and we're going to install that today. But I was just going to drive down there with the camper, pick them up, and it should be a quick install. We went to Tractor Supply last night and got bolts for the install, because the only thing left out of the 2 shocks was just that one shock that you guys saw. All the bolts were gone. So my guess is there was not lock nuts on all 4 of those bolts, which is not good. We'll have to check in with MoRyde or Grand Design on that probably next week, but in the meantime, I need to get it fixed so we can keep going. We drove it probably 120 miles yesterday after we found it to get down here. We just slowed down. We watched, the road conditions. A lot of times you can see when it's going to start getting rough, or we'd switch to the other lane to avoid the roughness. Anyway, it was fine. We made it down here just fine. Took it easy.
Tomorrow we have scheduled a pot of stew with our friends, so
Yep.
looking forward to that.
Yep, and tonight we're meeting Shane and Jenna for supper.
Yeah.
Here in Guthrie, Oklahoma. We are at the Tallgrass campground, just on the east side of Guthrie, Oklahoma, and just off I-35, and it is beautiful.
Really nice. Every single spot is concrete.
Has concrete pad, yep. And it's not a very old campsite. The community center, showers are clean.
Laundry,
yeah, everything. It's just beautiful. So the only thing I can say is their Wi-Fi kind of not the best, but
I think that's kind of campground.
That's normal in campgrounds. If you want your Wi-Fi, take your Starlink with you. So we're just being cheap, and we have it on the $5 a month program, which is basically you can't use it for November, but we'll kick it back in to like the medium program for December, so that we can run Wi-Fi in the rig while we're gone. We can monitor the thermostat and all that kind of stuff, and the security cameras and that sort of stuff. That's what's nice about Starlink too, is you can adjust before the end of the month. You can adjust your plan that you want for the following month. So the last 2 months we weren't using it, so we dropped it down to $5 a month, and that basically just
maintains your account.
Maintains, and I don't know, it allows you, say you're in an area that you don't have Wi-Fi other than that, and for whatever reason you need to shut it off. Well, if you shut it off and then you need the Wi-Fi to turn it back on, you don't have it. It used to be you could pause service and it would be $0 a month. Well, for $5 a month you at least have internet that you can get back on and turn it back on, and I don't know what your gigabytes usage can be, but you guys can check that out. And we do have a link for Starlink in the description if you're interested in Starlink. It is very good internet. We use it at the office during the summer.
Oh yeah.
And
no hiccups.
Love it. Love it. So a couple of days it'll be December 1st and we can kick it back on and use it.
That'll be good. Anyway, off to Edmond, to the city.
Go to get some parts.
Yep.
Come out.
Wow.
Let me have your water. If you want.
Wow.
That is miserable.
That was bad. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm so glad that you're waiting until they're dry. That's good. Good job. Yeah.
Holding them really still. She's being really good.
Yes, she is. It's fun to be a girl.
Turn left onto Northeast SH33.
How did the shocks break? What happened?
We have no idea.
Turn left onto Del Rey Drive. Then the destination is on your left. The destination is on your left. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Alright guys, we got our shocks, I think.
It's really windy. We might have to voice over this.
But we're gonna double check and make sure that these are what we're supposed to have. Oh yeah, that looks good. 555002. Perfect. Let's go get this thing fixed up. O'Reilly Auto Parts for the win. Got my coveralls on, stocking hat. We're gonna go tackle this project. Disclaimer, this is not a how-to video, this is a how we do video.
Stick around to the end to find out what response we received from the manufacturer.
Nylon locking nuts and bolts in that bag. Okay. I think what we'll try and do and get the top hooked in first. And look at this other one, see what direction the bolts are going. Top, the bolts are coming in from the outside. Bottom, they're going from the inside. I'm just glad that shock dangling didn't damage anything. They've got a 3-inch bolt in it. There's plenty of room. I mean, I think in 2.5 would do it. You also want to make sure that you got enough threads left over that that's probably pretty loud. It's in 2 bags, that's the problem. I need to get it out of one and then I'm only dealing with 1 bag. But I can't put that down. Otherwise, it'll end up in whatever state's east of here. What state's east of Oklahoma? Is that not Missouri? Is it Arkansas? I don't know. It must be Arkansas. So obviously that's the top of the shock. Oh yeah, that's fairly simple to compress, so that's good. Hopefully I don't have to take this tire off to make this work. Does the bolt go through there? It should, because I tested the old one. I could put Dawn dish soap in there, or I could spit on it. All right, attempt number 2, here we go. Maybe that I have to take the wheel off. I hope I don't have to. We will see. Actually, I'm not sure how I'm going to get a wrench on that up there. Yeah. I think the wheel's got to come off. Unfortunately. All right, so now we're going to jack this up. Okay. I want to get the nuts loose on the tire first before I get that spinning, I think. Who torqued them down? Well, going for the impact. Appreciate the guy who drove through the mud and decided to track it all up here on this concrete. Get that jacked up. Okay. Now there's the bolt we're working with. A lot easier to get to that now. Okay, it's going through there, so let me get a lock nut. Got a lock nut for it. Get my glove off so I can feel what I'm doing up in there. Okay, I can get to it from there. Now I'm going to feel the back side of that bolt. Yeah, there's threads coming out of the back side of that bolt, so that's good. So the top is attached. Alright, so I've got another 3.5 inch bolt, and I got a... Okay. Lovely weather today. I think we're pretty close. Let's see, can I get that in there? Maybe that's what happened. They couldn't get the darn thing in there, so they didn't tighten it. I have no idea. But that's kind of a bugger to get in there. Let me guess, I need a claws foot or something like that, which I don't have. I go up there. Yeah, maybe we'll get it. I'm gonna get that wrench wedged in there, I can tell you that right now. Hopefully not. Okay, do we have threads coming through? We do. Can I get my wrench out of there? Yep, okay. Well, that side technically is done, other than putting the tire back on. Alright guys, I think I just need to put the tire on and this side's done. And we'll go do the other one. Wow. Well, that's not cool. Those hubs are supposed to have oil in them. And there is nothing. I don't see a drop of oil in those things. That is ridiculous. So upon reading the directions, these are not oil bath hubs like on a semi-trailer. These take a special something blue grease. They're supposed to be greased once every 12 months or every 6,000 miles. So we're good, because I looked in there and I didn't see any. Like a semi-trailer will take like 80 W90 gear oil, and you can see it in there. You'll keep like it up to the bottom of the hole. Anyway, that's not what these are apparently. So here we go. We're gonna put this tire on. Hopefully. Okay, how'd that come down? My jack seat seeping. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, that should be up there now. Don't want it binding. What's going on? All right. Well, at least it's not 20 below doing this and this windy. Could be worse, right? And then these need to be torqued to a certain amount. I think they might be like, don't quote me, I'll look in the instructions, but for some reason I was thinking they were like 135 foot-pounds maybe. So we'll just kind of run them up with the impact. Alright, it is snug, so now we can let the jack down. Fun stuff. Alright, there we go. Nice and easy. Oh, cool. Whew. Made me a little nervous. Didn't think that was going to come out of there. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. That's the inside torsion rubber. I don't think I want a jack on there. Don't think so. I'll just do what I did before. There's two torsion rubbers, and it was kind of tweaking them. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. I could just lower the hydraulic jacks down some more, these here, but I don't think you're supposed to do that. Actually lift the camper with it. I don't know. I don't know that it would be an issue, but we'll just do it this way. Okay, that's off the ground. All right, here we go. Number 2. This is the shock that we found totally missing. 100% gone. Yeah. That's the other one. No remnants of anything. I'm not even sure the inside of that hole has a paint wore off of it. Was it even there? I have no idea. Apparently this axle was put together on Friday afternoon about 15 minutes before end of the shift. Yeah. Not cool. Alright. This wind is atrocious. Holy smokes. Okay. Get over there. Quit making so much noise. Whew. Goodness. Oh, hey, come back here, glove. I ain't done with you yet. Top. Compress this. Okay. Wish the wind would blow a little bit, huh? Brake rotors turn freely, that's good. All right, pull the shock down a little bit. All right, that one's in. Spinning the nut, there we go. It went. This one, there's the nut. Lift the shock up a little bit. Oh, just awkward. Alright, so if I remember, if we do it like the other one, let's stick that up in there, that on there. Okay, there's threads through the nut. Yeah, good thing the 2.5 inch would not have worked. Wouldn't have had threads through the nylon nut. So, a 2.5 would basically get us off the side of the road to where we could find and get the correct size. That's all that would do for us. Okay. Tighten up the top one. It's supposed to be a lot colder tomorrow, so praise the Lord that I'm doing this today, not tomorrow. All right, 2 shocks replaced. Now let's get this tire back on. All right, they're all snugged up. I'm gonna put it on the ground, then we'll get the torque wrench. All right, guys, that's it. This job is done. That was not too bad of a job, but it was a job that shouldn't have had to been done. MoRyde, do better. All right, here's the equipment I used. Impact for the tires, ratchet, jack, open end wrench. I only got 2 extra of those. I only had 5 lock nuts. So yeah, it's kind of your equipment list that I used to complete the job. Hi Gracie, thanks for the help. Yeah.
How was it?
Fun. All done.
Good.
Yeah.
I made you some tea. I figured you'd be cold.
Thank you. I am cold. My nose is running. I'm snotting all over the place. Kind of like snots on, what movie is it?
National Lampoon.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your work.
Yep. All right, so as promised, we're going to give you an update on the manufacturer's response to all this. So as far as Grand Design, I contacted the dealer and talked to the service department. They told me that it was a warranty issue and that I would need to contact Grand Design. I'm going to say I probably didn't try the hardest. I had one contact at Grand Design. I don't know if they still work there or not. I sent an email to him, received nothing back. So like I said, don't know if he works there anymore or not. I'm not saying that's a Grand Design service issue. I am admitting that I could have tried harder to contact someone at Grand Design. Now, with that being said, I decided this is a MoRyde suspension, so I went to the MoRyde website and found information to get a hold of them for warranty claims. So I emailed them like on 8:30 in the morning, and within just a tad bit over 2 hours, I had an email back from MoRyde from Katie Hare, H-A-R-E, and I believe she is the aftermarket warranty person. She apologized for the issue right away and asked for receipts and obviously the when we purchased the unit and all that sort of stuff so that she could have it in her records. So with that being said, we submitted pictures, we submitted receipts. Now these receipts were for the shocks. They covered that 100%. The other receipt was from Tractor Supply. I bought 5/8 inch by 3 inch bolts, which is the measurement that I got off the 2 shocks that were still in the front axle. It looked like there was a lot of extra, so I also bought some 5/8 inch by 2.5 inch bolts. And I only needed 4 lock nuts. They had 5, I grabbed all 5. I also grabbed a pair of unlined coveralls for crawling around under the rig working on it, which I'm glad I did because I got out and the sleeve was all covered in grease. That would have been my clothes. And we also topped off our propane tank while we were there, like half a tank of propane. I did not expect them to pay for the propane. I wasn't sure if they'd pay for the coveralls. They paid 100% the whole receipt. So with that being said, obviously since I did the work, I saved them a technician coming to the park and doing it, which I'm gonna assume would have been at least 150 bucks. I'm not sure. I don't mind doing the work, so that was not an issue for me. I'd rather do that than to wait for a service tech to get there. And there was a service tech within 15 miles of us that had really good reviews. I'd already looked all that up in case I had issues, but I was able to get it done myself and save them money. They said it'll take about 2 weeks for me to get the check. They've got to submit it through, it's got to go through its proper channels and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm happy it's fixed. Now, it seems like every stop I'm looking under there and checking to make sure bolts are where they're supposed to be and everything. It's been checked down in Arizona. We are back in the tundra, snow and cold of Iowa. When I get back to Iowa, you know, I'll fully go through that suspension again and re-grease the bearings and all that and check all the bolts and shocks and all that. So that's the response from MoRyde. I'm happy. We'll leave it at that.
Glasses. Do you want to take your glasses off?
Yeah.
Okay. So I kind of said.
And I bought 5/8 inch by 3/8. You want to finish this after the train's gone?
Join us next week as we continue our trek to Arizona.